Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly love reading. So let's see what's going on for you in terms of love. The Three of Pentacles. So they're very much feeling this balance between you, like you're both going through the same experience. Both interpreting this experience in the same kinds of ways as well. So there's a lot of balance. It's really, really positive. A lot of times in these deeply divine connections, there's a lot of butting heads and not seeing eye to eye and misunderstandings. But I feel with you and this person, you understand each other very deeply. You chose the Sun, so there's a clear telepathic bond here. The Sun to me represents light, which is truth, seeing clearly, shedding or sending light onto areas of shadow and misunderstandings. So you both understand yourselves more and understand the connection a lot more. So this person's thinking about how similar you are, how like you're mirrors, and how you really help like put a laser sort of pinpoint on things. Like it could be one of you sees the light in the other person, and then the other person like expresses it or something and pinpoints it, interprets it. Your connection is very good at like helping you both to interpret energy, interpret what's going on and put it in layman's terms. Is what I'm hearing, layman's terms. And that's how you're light workers. You're both learning from your experiences, and one of you may be the one that expresses that out more, and the other one could be the more of the energetic one, where people just transform that through their energies. Or you could just have two different ways of expressing this truth, but similar ways at the same time. So Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so what's this person thinking? So yeah, they're very consciously aware, like you are. That's very amazing. That makes that point of connection so much stronger, so powerful, like the Sun. And there's like a huge gateway into the divine, is what I'm hearing. Like when you have certain connections with different people, there will always be like a little doorway. The way you connect with someone and the way they connect with you, it's like an individual connection. There's an individual person and another individual person, and then the connection you have together is also individual. And it would be like a doorway, a little doorway into the divine. But with some souls, it's like a massive doorway. Look, and we even have a doorway here. Okay, so Five of Pentacles, it's normally feeling left out in the cold, you know, that's the traditional saying for that card. Feeling like an outsider. With this person, and look, there's even two sides to this door. There's two doors that open up this doorway. It's like you and this other person, you're each these individual doors, but you're mirrors of each other, and almost like yin and yang, because they almost look beveled, if that's the right word. So it's dark this side on that one, but it's dark on there. Yeah. Sort of like mirrors, sort of like yin and yang, both sides of the door. That's like both of your hearts connect as one, and it opens the door. This is like the veil of illusion in the High Priestess card. where she sits in front of that and keeps it closed. But it's like both of you are so connected with the higher realm. That was like where you would always retreat into when in your alone time. You're both just step through the door in your alone time. You just step through the door when no one else is around, kind of thing. And you'd just go behind the door into a higher dimension. You'd connect with the divine. And this person recognises in you that you're someone else that's done that your whole life as well. And the point of connection, the point in which you intersect is from that other dimension. But it's interesting, there's also a doorway here. It's like through the doorway, maybe you have this 3D connection as well. So for most people, I'm hearing most people, you've inadvertently made them feel left out and cold. Both of you have had a lot of experiences where you found it a real struggle to open up that doorway into your true self. So this could come across as wearing a mask, or just taking a lot of alone time, or avoiding deep conversations, or avoiding confrontation. This person, they're realizing that you've had very similar experiences and similar way in which you like have lived your life and felt like the heavy burden of wearing masks. Because look, you're both represented by the sun, but you felt like you had to have a barrier blocking that out somewhat, a mask blocking out the sun, your light, your truth from the higher realms, because a lot of people could not handle that amount of light or truth or honesty, and yeah, you were feeling left out in the cold. And you're left out in the cold because you felt like you had to sort of repress your own light, your own warmth. You had to repress your warmth, and maybe you or this person had to put on a cold kind of front, cold exterior, because you most likely were brought up by someone with a very cold exterior, so you felt like you had to be that way. Okay, so this person, on some level, they know all this. In very few cases, they'll consciously be thinking these things and knowing these things. Many, this is like a subconscious thing. Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who's trying to prove their stability to you. This is doing things thoroughly, planting seeds. Very healthy, very like natural energy, very earthly energy, and they have good morals. Like they want to do things right. They want to be that, light worker. They are that light worker. So this is saying you can trust this person. They take a lot of self-esteem from being a kind, compassionate, nurturing, teaching, healing person. They take a lot of pride in that, in a good way. So they feel like they can be more and more of that with you. They want to be more and more of that. Okay, so what else do you need to know about this connection? The sun. Okay, so wow, you're both the sun. You're both those light workers. You're both deeply telepathic, deeply psychic. Just like these mountains are mirrored, and this image looks very mirrored image. Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, Four of Wands. Okay, I want to clarify these each individually. The Sun, the Hanged Man, so I'm hearing you both have thick masks on. You're both struggling very, very much in terms of how to be your true self, how to even begin to express this level of depth in which you experience your reality. How do you put that into layman's terms? How do you get people to understand that? It all just seems too much. You don't know where to start. It's like a lot of people don't understand any time in the past when you did try to explain that. And so it felt like pointless trying to explain and be yourself, because being your true self, people would ask a lot of questions, or people just wouldn't understand, and you'd feel like they were looking at you like you're some sort of weirdo. You felt like an outsider. So then it just became easier for you to repress all that, wear a mask, be like everyone else, and then you don't have to continually answer questions or face people looking at you in invalidating kind of ways. So that became a cycle, that became a habit, that became your daily practice or your daily way of living and being, and it became a real struggle. I'm hearing it took another sun to be able to shine the light as brightly as needed, because whatever you shine the light upon becomes the light. You needed a mirror of yourself to have that amount of power, that amount of light to shine break through your own blocks and barriers and fears and these walls. It's time for you to be who you really are and not feel pressured or feel like you need to hide that. So that's the doorways that's been opening through this connection. You're letting down masks slowly but surely. You know, when I say letting down masks, don't fall into this thought of all these masks are suddenly just going to fall away all of a sudden. It happens as a process. And there's like, the more you open to the truth, the more you receive the truth, the more you become the truth, and the more you allow yourself to become the truth and open up, the more you become a receptacle to receiving the truth. Okay, so you were on pause for a long time. The Hanged Woman this is, but it's the Hanged Man. You are both on hold. So this person's thinking and feeling that your connection is very liberating. It's almost like subconsciously you both knew a time would come when you would meet this reflection of yourself, so that you could feel a deep fulfillment in your life. And that deep fulfillment actually just comes from being more of who you really are. And initially it's happening within this person, you know, within this connection. It's like that is that safe sanctuary. Like the Four of Wands, it's like that divine marriage. It's that stability within this safe sanctuary. This is where you basically stop feeling left out in the cold. You come out of feeling like you're on pause, you're on hold, your needs don't matter because of the need to repress that, or you're coming out of that. This person's feeling the liberation. It's so healing to just allow themselves to be who they really are in your presence. Because that feels like the ultimate kind of validation in a way, the ultimate permission to just relax and breathe and let go of these heavy constraints and just be more of that naturally in your day-to-day life. 7 of Pentacles. I feel this is new seeds have been planted. It's like your true self taking root. And watering, this connection is watering the seeds, allowing you to become strong. I also see trees as self-family as well. So I'm hearing, because this is about investment, I feel like your person feels like you're investing in them. You take them seriously, like you take their true self seriously. And this is a vice versa thing. You both feel like you invest in the other person, like you believe in the other person. You really, that's the part that the other person or both of you felt like you had to hide, is the part that you both embrace and come alive through that part of that person. You know, if that person so if you didn't have that part of yourself, then this person, you'd both still feel locked and feeling like an outsider, locked out of being who you really are. It's that little seed within yourselves, your true selves, that's being planted more out in the open, and it's breaking free through the soil into the open. You're both emerging, and that is such a huge release of heavy masks, burdens of spending most of your time and energy trying to hide your true selves. It's an ending of that now. It's, you know, don't deserve to carry that any longer. Queen of Wands. The Fool. Five of Swords. 8 of Wands. Yeah, there's just a confidence here. Queen of Wands within both of you. You both spark so much light and excitement. You both, feel the most loved and embraced for the part that other people misunderstood, or you felt like you had to hide from the rest of the world. So this person's thinking about how amazing that is and how liberating it is. They're filled with joy and passion and self-confidence. They're loving parts of themselves which they weren't loving before. And now that just makes them feel like the Fool. They're thinking about how this is a brand new beginning. They feel like they could be fearless and joyous and happy and sort of dancing, and you know, that high vibrational energy, and how, you know, when someone's going around constantly with a smile on their face and just feeling like they've got a spring in their step kind of thing. Because your connection is just so healing. Like, it's like a 10 of Wands where someone's carrying around that heavy weight for so long, and then it's just a release of all that. This is what the gateway between your hearts, your soul, creates, that safe sanctuary for all this rapid movement, 8 of Wands, of your truth. And that rapid movement, it's like a mine shaft and then all of a sudden there's a load of water going through that darkness, through that tunnel, and that water just collapses the tunnel, collapses the density, and that love breaks through all of that, and then more of who you are is out in the open. The confinements have crumbled away. Five of Swords. This one's coming out a lot. Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups is love, it's fulfillment, it's soul family, it's that peace in your heart. That's what that fulfillment is. Peace through divine soul love, soul family. It does create kind of like a harsh energy, you know, as that love, that water's going through the mine shaft, crumbling all the walls, making it collapse. You know, that doesn't feel like a calm, loving energy. You need like the fierceness of love as well to break down the parts that we wouldn't face if we didn't have love on our side. I'm hearing, if we didn't have the power of love, that energy, that power on our side, we wouldn't have the strength to fight and go through the painful, difficult stuff, turbulent stuff, fearful stuff, to continue movement with our movement forward and our development. So yeah, Three of Swords. What they thinking and feeling. High Priestess and Chariot. Okay, so there's a lot of movement when it comes to heartbreak things. I'm hearing guilt and shame are coming out of the heart, the blocks are being removed so the heart can open a lot more, okay? Because you're both the Sun, you're both very loving individuals. Very caring, very giving. You're light workers. You're here to send that love and that light. I feel like maybe other people along your journey haven't understood that. And maybe it's made you feel bad. Maybe you've tried to live like a normal life, have normal relationships. Maybe other people got hurt because you still had a lot of love and light to shine. Maybe to other people, and then maybe that made you feel like a bad person. Maybe that made you feel guilty. Maybe you felt like you had to hold back your light, and you felt like, how can I live a normal life? People won't understand that I'm this light worker and that I have a lot of love to give. There's a lot of like jealousy. There's a lot of conditioning in our society that love has to be boxed into different categories, and you should have most love for this or that category or person, or love, you know, we're told love means this or that or the other, depending on what box it's been placed in by us, by society. Maybe you're someone that feels, because you're a light worker, you feel love, but beyond those limitations, and other people can't understand that. So it's created a lot of heartbreak for other people, and then that's led you or your person to hold a lot of that burdens, and heavy weight on their shoulders is like feelings of guilt and feeling unworthy. Maybe they don't feel worthy to receive love because they feel like they hurt a lot of people. If it has, please leave this video a thumbs up, write a comment, subscribe to my channel, share the video, and thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.